the streams.
Okay.
Make sure that we're. I think we there.
I'm in the group on my phone, so I'm gonna pull up and see if I can see it.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we good. We live.
Okay.
We live. We live.
We live.
All right. Let me mute everybody out here. Get some more people over here. Ronnie Reamer. Bear with me just a second, guys. And we'll get this short. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Terry and Hawkins here, the Passive Income Guru. This is our weekly. Bear with me, I'm trying to mute everyone out here. Give me 1 second. 1 second. We don't want too much noise. All right, cool. Everything's pretty quiet. All right, guys. So thank you for coming to our hangout this evening. Every Wednesday we are we're here to do this at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 8 o'clock where I'm at. I'm in Oklahoma. Most of you are probably in the East Coast. So this is our weekly best easy work hangout, guys, and I'm excited to be here. I know all of you are excited to be here. We're streaming live in our Facebook group. For those of you who could not come on tonight, you're going to be able to see this recorded live. It's not live right now, but you're going to be able to see it recorded at your leisure. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name again is Ontario Hawkins. I am from Oklahoma. I got started in the home-based business industry a little over 10 years ago, probably a little bit more, as a college student. And the reason I jumped into the home-based business field was I wanted to control my destiny, guys. At an early age, no one taught me how to think like that. What really made me come to that conclusion at an early age was I was tired of seeing my mom struggle. She would work her butt off every single day. And every time we would go to the store or it was time to go shopping for school, I would see her body language change when we got to the cash register. I can still remember it and feel that emotion to this day. She would bring out this little yellow envelope and she would reluctantly dig into that envelope, knowing that she didn't have enough money to pay for what I needed and what our family needed. And she was a single mom. I grew up in a single parent home. My father wasn't. He was present, but he wasn't in the home. So it was pretty much a single parent home. And my mom raised me for the most part. I learned a lot of good principles from my dad. He taught me how to have manners for women. He taught me how to respect people and how to pretty much, work hard. But I learned a lot of things from my mom. And when I got of age, I knew I didn't want to struggle like that. Okay. And now today I'm on a mission to retire, and it's going to be very soon, retire my mom completely from her job. Okay. Because it just hurt me to see her struggle like that. So that is what sprung me into home-based business, where I knew entrepreneurship was going to be the way for me to achieve financial freedom. I knew working a job wasn't going to suffice, because with a job, there's only one stream of income. You have one stream of income that you're relying on. And if that job decides to cut you off, which is happening a lot, guys, every single day in this world, they decide to say, hey, you know what? You've done us a great service for these last 20 years. We're cutting costs. You know, we're losing a little bit of money. We're going to just have to let you go. Now, before they do that, they're not thinking about your family. They're not thinking about your mortgage. They're not thinking about your car payment and the mouths that you have to feed. They're thinking about how can we save money. And when I think about that, it makes me cringe, and it makes me more passionate to go out and share what we have here. Best Easy Work, guys, is a life-changing opportunity, okay? And if you work it, it will work for you. It will work for you. That's a guarantee. So enough about me. I want to bring another person on who's been in this industry for quite some time. And this particular business alone, guys, has literally, you're going to hear her story, changed her life. This Best Easy Work has changed her life for the better, okay? And we also have another treat for you. We have the CEO of Best Easy Work on with us tonight as well. We're going to hear from him here in a little bit. But Kim, are you there, sister?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? I have to unmute.
Hear you loud and clear. Thanks for coming on again this week.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm Taryn. I mean, my story is, kind of similar. I knew that entrepreneurship was my destiny. That was it for me. And long story short, I don't want to go too far back, but I was taking college courses and on my cell phone trying to make money. I wasn't in tune with that type of, I don't knock school, but it wasn't for me. It just, I had so much energy, like I couldn't even sit still. I was always looking for ways to make money. And, when I started working, got laid off from my job, I was pregnant with my son at the time and started collecting unemployment, $275 a week. And at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, it got to be more to it than this. This was 6 years ago. Fast forward, was on YouTube, found Best Easy Work. I was already involved in another company, but Best Easy Work it was that one I had to act on. I had to check it out. Looked at the information, saw the video, called Martin. He picked up right away and was blown away, upgraded the same night, and literally have been running with it ever since. Like it's been such a journey, but it's been such a blessing because it has allowed me to leave my job. And that's what, everybody know, anybody who knows me personally, no, that's what I wanted so bad. Like that's what I wanted. And my other company, I was making money, but it just wasn't, it wasn't enough and it wasn't consistent. It was, a little bit here, a little bit there, people who are in this business, it took, I'm not a not patient person. I'm patient, but I can't, 10 years for me to have to build. I was like, I want something just a little bit quicker. And lo and behold, Best Easy Work, got in contact with Martin and was able to walk away, And the thing is, I didn't absolutely dread my job, but I just knew I knew I needed to be doing more. And like you, Ontarian, I wanted to help people and help them see the light and make more money. So that's my passion. Seeing people go from, one step to the next step and just seeing them grow and make money. So that's been my story, my journey. I'm excited. I went and bought me a new domain name tonight. I'm going to put some flyers out. So I'm about to do the TJ from offline to online. So it's just, I'm excited. I'm excited and happy to, just happy to be a part of such a great team.
Powerful, Kim, and great. And your story is, inspirational. And that's why I like to come on these hangouts, because I get inspired by you guys. I mean, every single week, it gets me, it's like getting more fuel, putting more fuel in the fire, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really a blessing. So thanks for sharing that story. And
Thank you.
I'm amazed that this company has allowed you to walk away, tell the boss, hey, see you later. You fired your boss. And
you know what? They said, Kim, can you just give us 2 more weeks? I said, I can't do it. Yeah. I said, trust me. You don't want me on these phones 2 more weeks, and they don't tell what's gonna come out. I was so ready to go. I was like, no, I can't. I left that day. That day, I was like, I am done. I can't do 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Yeah. That was it for me. That was my story. And some people might say, well, But that's just me. I was just that ready to go. That was it. That last day came and I packed up and I said, I'll see y'all later. So that was it.
Wow. I mean, you were just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Sick and tired, yeah.
And here's the beauty of that too, Kim. Anybody who's listening or will listen to this video later on is going to understand one principle. When a person is sick and tired of the mundane, they're sick and tired of, not having enough. Now, and I'm not talking about just financially, because when you're able to walk away from your job, me personally, I just wanted more time freedom.
Me too.
I didn't care about how much money I make. Just give me my time. I want to be able to go and come as I please. And you know what? When you have that time freedom, it's amazing what the ideas you come up with, and how to present this opportunity, and how to reach more people, how to help more people. It just becomes, it's a masterpiece. You see, it's when you bog down at the job, you're so stressed when you get off, you just want to go to bed, and then you're doing it all over again. You don't have time to think.
You don't.
So
you don't.
That's what I want people to see. We have to, and we're going to have people see this stuff. What really happened. So thanks for sharing that, Kim. Very powerful.
Thank you.
Now we're going to bring out the CEO himself, Best Easy Work, Martin Ruiz. Hopefully, am I saying it right, Martin?
Fine with me. I'm fine. I don't care. That's perfectly fine, buddy.
Yeah. What's going on, my man?
Thank you so much. I have a few notes, but first I want to say thank you to you, Ontarian, and Kimberly. And Kimberly, I want to say just a special shout out to you. I'm really proud of you that you took a step forward and said enough was enough. I also want you to have the confidence and from this point forward that when you get up and go from a company, that's okay. Because when a company's ready to let you go, they don't give you a 2-week notice. They give you a phone call and have you come into the office. They give you about a 5-minute warning and tell you to pack your bags and see you later. Maybe you'll get a compensation or some type of severance package. That's if you're lucky. But more than likely, you're going to get a pat on the butt and see you later. Thank you for your services. So feel proud and, so good for you that you didn't have to give them a 2-week notice, that you had the confidence to just move forward. So I hats off to you. I commend you on that. And we all come from different experiences. And I want to point out also that, Best Easy, you talked about Best Easy Work, like this was kind of like the eye-opener for you. And I know that there's different opportunities out there, but for the least that a person can take away from Best Easy Work is that it opens your mind to other possibilities. Mm-hmm. It makes you realize that you can leverage your time and work with hundreds of people without even being there. So if that did that if Best Easy Work does that for you, that's a huge step in your life. It's not just Best Easy Work. It's you're actually growing within yourself because it actually opens up your mind into understanding how to leverage your time. Because once you understand that you're working with hundreds of people with no real time effort of your own, you start growing. And Ontario, you mentioned, I try to listen between the lines, and I don't mean to pick on people, but you use the word if. Okay, now I don't mean to jump on you, man, but I got rid of that word if a long time ago, my friend. There's no if in my life. There's no if, there's just do. Yeah, okay, so I'm excited to just move forward. So anyway, I want to point out the updates. We are right now sitting at just under 60,000 people. We're at 59,400 plus people. That's pretty strong. So just imagine if we just only have, at worst case scenario, only half of those people marketing for us. That's pretty powerful. Those are powerful numbers. And I also want to point out one of the things that we get caught up in, because we were talking about jobs, when we first go to school, somewhere in time we realize that that's just a stepping stone. And some of us will go into the military. Some of us will go to college. Some of us will just go straight to a job. And then there'll be a day where you land a decent job. I say a decent job, like maybe you have some benefits. Maybe you're popping 6 figures a year. And you start sitting back, you start getting comfortable. And you have to make the decision within yourself that that job is also a stepping stone. Don't get stuck in that job. You have your freedom out there. You can dress the way you like. You can wake up when you want. If you understand that you can make your own money, that you don't have to rely on a company anymore. So you become your own person. You want your independence. So use your job. It's good for you to have a job, because before I did this, what I'm doing now, obviously I had a job, but I used that money. I paid my bills as I went along, but the extra money, I kept growing into what I wanted to do online. I kept investing into the concept when everybody else was telling me I was a little bit crazy about what I'm looking to do. Now, as I think I told Terry a little earlier today, that the people that were telling me that I was a little bit nuts about what I was about to do, I feel like now they're sitting in the valley looking at me when I'm on top of the mountain now. And I'm willing to help them. I'm happy to help them, but I'm no longer in the valley anymore. I'm not looking up at the mountain anymore. I've been climbing this mountain for a long time, and now we can help out a lot of people. So with that in mind, I want to point out a few things. I pointed out the numbers. There's going to be a little bonus gift that I'm going to start giving out, and I know that when you say it, you got to commit, right? So every Friday for this month, for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be picking a name out of a hat for people that are advertising on Facebook. I don't care what your numbers are, so it doesn't have to be a top producers. As long as I see that you guys are advertising on Facebook and you're having a good time doing what you're doing, I will be giving away a Samsung Smart TV, a 32-inch Smart TV will show up at your doorstep. I'm going to give out 4 of them. Not 1, not 2, 4. Okay, I'm going to be giving out, that's going to show up at your doorstep, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get excited about that. Sometimes gifts like this get people more excited than just the cash. So I'm more than happy to do it. I'm going to start sending them out on Fridays, 4 weeks in a row. Okay, so that's my commitment to you guys. Okay, so I'm really excited about what we do. I want you to understand also one of the most powerful things that kind of happened by accident, but as I got involved with the program, you know, we get our free members in the program. And some people, they complain about, or they don't realize that free members are very valuable, and they're saying, well, no one's paying. Well, these people are advertising you, and they will find your paid members for you as long as you're advertising as well. So your free member, granted, we give them their $25, and they find a $1,000 member for you, a $500 member for you, a $2,500 member for you. And if you're in position, when they find a paid member, that paid member rolls up to you. But that's not the best part. The best part is that if that team member was also working a team, when he moves up to you, let's say he had 40 or 50 people in his team already. When he moves up to you, he takes his team with him to your team. The free member is not allowed, and they know up front, they're not allowed to build a team. Now, granted, maybe the person doesn't have the money, or maybe they're too skeptical, they don't believe just yet, but they're doing a service for us, and we're grateful for it, and we're thankful. And the more free members, the merrier. We're just more excited about the free members that are coming on board, because they're actually doing the work for us. So bring them on. I don't care. Just bring them on. I'm happy to pay them all day long. And we never know with this business. I was just telling Ontarian that the other day, yesterday, I had a lot of pieces of business that came in, a lot. And it took me about 7 to 8 hours to complete the day. And I have help, so it's not just me. Okay, feel confident that I have help. And today, only about 15%, maybe 10, 15% of that same business came in, but inside those envelopes, there was over twice as much money inside those envelopes. There were big players that came in today. So even though we had a small amount of envelopes today, we had a lot bigger numbers today. Very exciting. So we never know, and it keeps you running pretty positive. So I'm more than excited to bring on the free players, and you know, just bring them on. And I wanted to also point out that the reason there is no system out there, and I will bring anybody to the table on this. There is no system online that is 100% automated. There's none, zero. The only reason that Best Easy Work looks like it's automated is because there's a knucklehead on the other line, myself, okay? There's somebody on the other line handling the call for you, talking on your behalf. That's why it looks like it's automated.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. You're advertising, but somebody has to handle the work. That's me. I'm working for you. That's why I'm at it. Basically, if you think about it, I'm asking you to jump on board, partner with me, and then I'm going to work for you. But if you want to make more money, you're going to come to the table, okay? And you'll see that I'll treat you right as time goes on. Okay, you just got to partner with me, and I'll work for you. And that's basically what you're doing here. You're hiring me to work for you on your behalf. And the system works, is very accurate. I keep track of the system pretty well throughout the day. I have about, I believe it's like 4 or 5 databases that I keep track of to make sure everything is as accurate as possible. And one last thing I want to point out, some people always ask, a lot of people always ask me, what's the best method of advertising? I say be consistent. If you want to maximize on your money, a lot of times people think that the postcards are expensive. The trick about postcards is that you have to be consistent, and it takes a while. But if you want to take it a little bit further, in our back office, in our training, there is a link back there for newspaper advertising. I would highly, highly recommend to consider newspapers that are home delivered. There's a lot of newspapers in the back office that are, you'll see their circulation, 60,000, 100,000, 500,000 people in circulation that are home delivered on a weekly basis. How great is it to see your ad in that paper? And one of the neat things about seeing an ad in the paper is that it's instant credibility. When people see the ad in a paper, it's instant credibility, and it's way less than paying for postcards. And it's just massive circulation. So, and your ad doesn't have to be anything, less is more. They say less is more. So it's very simple. Easy money, your link. How easy is that? Easy money, your link. Giving away free websites, making money. Whatever. Something very short and sweet to the point with your website link. And that's all you need to do. Just be in front of people consistently. Not just do it once, be consistent, and then the rest will follow. And then basically you got myself out here working for you. So I'm happy to do it. I tell you, I don't even sleep. If I think about something, I wake up and I just move on it. So, and I just keep improving the site as we go along. Just little things that just make the site much easier. People don't even notice the little improvements, but there are improvements being done. Like I would say on a weekly basis, little improvements that take place. So the things that I can control, of course I do them, but sometimes I have to order these improvements. But hopefully that's a little bit of extra good news. So look for, I'm hoping that you listening out there, you win that TV set. So I'm looking forward to you getting excited about that. So, and I'm happy to do it. So, and just be kind to people and kill them with kindness, man. And just help out people. That's all you gotta do. Is just help people, and the rest will follow. Can you hear me? I'm Terry, and I can't hear you right now.
All right. How's that?
Good.
I muted myself and then start talking. So I said that's very exciting, man, about those TVs, and that's going to give people a motivation to go out there and start really promoting heavily. And guys, this is not a difficult opportunity. This is not a difficult business. You're already getting a website for free, okay? You're getting your link to go out there and promote. All you do, let me tell you what you do. All you do is duplicate what the successful folks in this program are doing. That's all you do. Look at what they're doing and just duplicate it. All right? And it's going to work for you. It's going to happen. I guarantee you that. Just be consistent. You got to stay focused and have the vision of an entrepreneur. If you have those three things every single day, it's going to work for you. Hands down, hands down. So, does anyone have any questions so far? I'm going to look in the Facebook group and see if anyone has questions. But does anyone on the panel have any questions at all? We have a few folks on. Thank you guys for coming out. Let's see. All right. So the question. All right. I guess this is for you right here, Martin. This is from Anthony Lorenzo from the group. He says, what happens to the system years later if you retire or leave? Do you have a second command, a team to keep the system going?
Oh man, you guys are going to be in big trouble. No, of course, I plan to, I used to have insurance, so there's always got to be a backup plan, right? So I plan to have, of course, my kid, when I'm not even here, she steps in, but, she has a lot of life in front of her as well. So anyway, the plan is to leave a trustee in place. And if there might be a day, think about it, there might be a day where I do want to retire, or maybe I start getting sick. And like, how is this guy going to manage this? So we have to have a trustee in place and something in place to make sure that it keep, because now you're responsible for thousands of people out there, if not millions at that time. It might be 10 years from now where I decide to retire and not be here anymore. But I'm hoping to have a trustee and a system in place that will just carry the legacy of what's been created, because this is not about Martin, man. This is about helping the public out. This is about helping people. It's not about me. It's not about the sponsor. It's about helping people realize that they too can have leverage in their lives. And I mentioned this in one of our calls before, and I kind of said it by accident, and there's a lot of truth to it. We each have 24 hours in a day, and somewhere in time we figure out, well, I know I'll just get myself a second job and maybe even a third job on the weekends. And then you realize that there's not enough time in the week to make the kind of money that you need to make to survive.
That's right.
So hopefully you'll see somewhere in time that if you can work with 100 people, you no longer have 24 hours in a day. You now have 24 times 100. And the last time I did math, that's 2,400 hours. You can't tell me that in 2,400 hours, you're not going to make any money. Mm. So the more people you have that's working for you at no cost, the more hours you have throughout your day to have the opportunity to receive. You must put yourself in position to receive. If you don't, one of the things that we talked about earlier today on Taryn was that the difference between someone who's successful and someone who is not is simply making a decision to start. That's just right. Start. And again, my hat's off to Kimberly. I remember watching one of her videos one time, and she was just starting out, and I love her ambition. And she says, if you don't start, you'll never get there. And she says something like, the first time I made a little bit of money, I see other people making $10,000, $20,000 a month. Yeah, good for them. So what? I'm not there, but I'm going to start. And my first payment was only $50, but that was the biggest $50 I ever made. It was $50. She said $5. Look at her.
It was $5. That was my first commission.
But
$5.
But she made that money, man. She made that excited. And so when she made that on her own, that just, the fact that she was trying to deliver the message to just start. That's it, man. Start. If you don't start, nothing's going to happen.
Nothing.
You have to start. If you don't start, nothing's going to happen.
That's right.
That's for sure. You gotta take the dive. You gotta start swimming, man. You won't drown. The water's not that deep, man. Just keep swimming.
You don't have to get it right. You just got to get it going.
There you go.
All you got to do. All you got to do, man. All right. Wonderful. Thanks for clearing that up, Mr. Ruiz. we got another question here in the chat, and it's the first question is this system? I can answer the first question for you, man. This system is international. So his question was, is this system only U.S. based? So it is international. And the second question is for you, Martin. He says, why is a paycheck the only payment option? I'm guessing he's talking about for international users, but the paycheck is not the only option. But what's the pay for international users? Is the paycheck?
It'll be a paycheck. Yeah, that's if you go to a bank in any given country, you might have to convert the money. But if it's a bank, if it's a legitimate bank, you can convert the money. Okay, so that's what I'm not going to complicate the system to just accommodate all the members out there. There's some systems out there that they try to tell you, we're going to pay you through PayPal, XYZ company, trust, whatever it is. And I talked to some of those owners, and it's funny to hear the frustrations that they're going through because they're highly unorganized throughout their day. And they're just wondering, what is it that you're doing that's keeping you know, I still want my freedom too. So what is it? I said, we set the rules that these are paychecks and direct deposits for U.S. members, and that's it. So there's nothing else to it. I'm not going to stand online collecting Western Union or MoneyGrams. I used to at one time, or doing credit cards and following up, and that's just putting too much in the routine of the day. So if I just keep it pretty simple on my end, we can keep this flight steady as she goes. In other words, we can just keep moving smooth. The more systems you have in place, the more complicated it becomes. And just like you, I don't want to have my life complicated. I just want to, just like you, I just want the money. Okay, so I'm more than happy to do the work, but I'm not going to change the system to accommodate a few people out there. The system works. And people are happy to get their checks, and they're happy to get the direct deposits, and they get their notifications. A lot of people will ask me, did you get my money yet? Did you get my money? And the back office clearly states that I will notify you as soon as your money comes in, and the commissions are distributed the same day as well. As a matter of fact, I want to point out that the commissions, the funds that are received are not cleared for about a week in my bank account. Okay? But as soon as I receive the commissions that day, I release them from surplus that I have in the bank. So I'm actually digging into my account to pay people because I know I'll get refunded in about a week or so. Okay, so I actually advance people, and I just wait for the funds to clear within the next few days or so. So it's just an extra courtesy because people get excited about when they're getting paid. So I'm more than happy to do it. So.
All right, Martin, thanks for clearing that up, man. And thank you for, those commissions, man. Hey, this system works, guys. If you want to hear from someone that's got paid from the system works like a charm. And I was talking to Martin before everyone came on. We were talking about, I was on honeymoon. So guys, I just got married on October 8th. We went on a honeymoon October 12th. And I was getting these commission notifications. Where is this money coming from? And I said, okay, that's easy work. Still getting paid on honeymoon, guys. And look, the reason that happened was because I put in some work before I left. I pretty much, like he said before, I multiplied my hours. Instead of working 40 hours a week for someone else, I pretty much multiplied that. And you're looking at it over 2,000 plus hours or more. I have close to 5,000 people in my organization now and growing, guys. And that's because of this powerful system. So it works. If you work it, it will work for you. All right. Let me do a couple more questions, guys, and we'll end it. We have another question here from the group. This is from Miss Kim Wright. She said, how do we get our downline to upgrade? She has about 29 people in her downline and just got another one as we speak. How do you get people to upgrade? That's the question. Well, I'm going to answer that for you, Kim. So here's the deal. I don't twist anybody's arm to upgrade. These upgrades that's coming in, I did not twist anybody's arm to say, hey, you need to upgrade or else, you're going to get kicked out. Let the system work for you. So patience is key here, okay? But you need to be filling your pipeline up daily for those numbers to come into your favor. 29 people, to be honest, is not enough people. Now, there may be a few in there who's ready, but you need to continue to market in a way to where you're filling your pipeline up, and sooner or later, you're going to see some movement, okay? So just remain patient, be confident in the system, and maybe whatever you're doing to market, maybe add a couple of more strategies to what you're already doing. That way you can fill up that pipeline a little bit more. And that way, as people see the value of the system, they see the excitement of the system and what it's doing for the people, you'll start to see some numbers come your way. So hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Wright.
I want to point out one little thing, that when we're advertising, and if you look behind you to see who's in the trail, every time you look behind you, that's actually slowing you down a little bit. Just look forward. Keep advertising. Be consistent. Don't look behind you to see what you already did to be waiting on results. Let them chase you down. Because the minute you look behind you, you're not running as fast as you can. You got to let them catch you. You got to keep running and keep looking forward and be consistent. Don't overthink this. Your job is just to advertise. Don't be thinking, oh my gosh, I just advertised the other day and nothing happened. Well, something did happen. You got forward. You kept moving forward. So you got behind that, you got in front of that day and you kept moving forward. Just keep moving forward. It's not, you can't keep looking behind you, because the more you look behind you, you're slowing yourself down. Just be consistent advertising. That's your job. If you're overthinking this, that's you start falling behind. Forget all that noise. Just keep going forward. Don't let anybody stop you. Just keep going forward. Keep advertising. Stay positive, and know that the system works. You see people getting paid. I'm happy to do it.
It works. It works like a charm. So thanks for sharing that, Mark. Momentum, guys. Motivation, momentum. Stay inspired. Stay connected to folks like us who's out there working this. Okay. It's going to motivate you as well to just to keep going, okay? Just duplicate what the successful folks are doing, and things will start to happen. I'm going to take one more question, and then we'll let everyone go. I want to respect your time here. Had someone say they don't see the newspaper trend. Where's the newspaper resource in the back office, Martin?
It's right above the postcards. You'll see it there, like where the solo ads are. It says for newspaper ads, click here. It's not a big graphic. It's just a line. It says for newspaper ads, click here, and then you click on there. It's going to open up the newspaper source. As a matter of fact, let me just double check. I was just looking at it today here. Let me see here, so I can point it out for you. Okay, right above the postcards. It says, it's right above the area where it says cheap street signs. Right above this, it says the street signs. Right above that, it says the penny saver ads. Just click on that link and you'll see all the newspapers throughout the country. And I would focus on papers that are being home delivered, and just put an ad in the employment sections.
Great. He said he got it. All right. That's
fine. Can I say one thing before we finish up?
Sure thing.
I think this was for Kimberly when she said about getting people to upgrade. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely want to focus not so much. I guess when I think about my journey, going from my first $5 commission to making $1,000 in a day, that was huge for me. That was huge. And you have to not have what we call the microwave syndrome. It's like you put it in, you promote, and you go back and open it. Let me check and see if it's popped. You you close it back again, you open the door again. You have to sit it in there and just let it cook. Just let it cook, because what you're doing is you're just building, and you have to stay motivated even when you don't see those results right away. You have to stay motivated to keep going. And like Martin said, you don't want to keep looking back. You want to stay enthused and keep looking forward. It was days I went on when I was working online where I made no money, and I was just as happy as can be because I knew. I mean, I was just. It was like, God, Kim, you're so motivated. Ain't made nothing. But you know what? I knew eventually if I kept filling up my pipeline and just kept going, because I know what it feels like to give up. Because you have to start back over. You have to start over again. So you want to keep that microwave closed, let it simmer. You just keep going forward. It's gonna come. It has to. The universe, it has to come, because you're building. You know, so don't keep opening the microwave door. Let it pop. Let that popcorn pop. And eventually it's gonna be there. But when you keep going back and checking, I posted an ad. Let me see if I got a sign up. It's not. You're gonna just frustrate yourself. You want to just keep going, even if you don't see results right away. Keep moving forward, because those results are gonna come. They're gonna come. I went online for years. I mean, just as happy, doing live videos. But you know what? I knew it was coming. I knew it was gonna come. So just continue to move forward and keep going with enthusiasm. Because if you start getting down and depressed, people behind you like, well, it don't work. But when you keep going, no matter what, you still happy. It's like, well, gosh, something going on. She's still excited about it. So that was just my little testimony as far as how to keep going. Be enthused, even when you don't see the results. Just know you're still making progress, because you're growing. For someone to continue on and not see results, that means you're growing. So that in itself is a result. If that making any sense.
That's powerful, Kim. Powerful, sister. I mean, you hit on a lot of points right there. The popcorn method. That's so true, because you put the popcorn in the microwave, it's not gonna start popping right away. And the secret, I tell people this all the time, the secret to your success is, what are you going to do before the money shows up? Money is everywhere. It's all around. You go out the door, money is everywhere. It's not, you can't physically see it. It's in other people's pockets. But how is it going to get how is it going to get to you? It's like you said, your enthusiasm. It's your inspiration. What are you doing before the money shows up? And that is going to depict your outcome in the end game. I mean, absolutely. Hands down. So powerful. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this. It is it's 9:43 on the East Coast, 8:43 here Central. And this has been a fantastic hangout, guys. If you didn't take nothing from this, please go back and watch it again. We've shared a lot of nuggets, a lot of strategies that can help you move forward in this opportunity. And you heard from someone who's walked away from their job because of Best Easy Work, guys. It is very possible to do. So get back to the person who invited you here. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm pretty sure the link to join is going to be below this video. And next week, we'll look to be back here again, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central, to share with you a wonderful opportunity that is changing lives all around the world. All right, so guys, thanks for tuning in. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your night. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Bye. Bye, Martin. Bye, Tyrion.
All right, so you see
Miss
ya.
Brown and Melvin. Bye, guys.